I know.
It is in there, but it's like,
I went to like
Because it
meetings.
says like the 11th, it says
it says in there, but you have to go to
That's not,
meetings.
those are featured for whatever reason. If you collapse
2023.
featured and click on 2023,
Thank
How do you
you.
collapse
you
features?
just click on the caret.
Just click everywhere.
I don't
Yeah.
know why they're not.
Just keep clicking.
Like it was open. All the features are open, so you have to close it before you can open
I was keeping mine until the end.
Okay.
I still have mine in my bag. No one told me to say it.
Don't let me forget to return it.
Conversation from
I
earlier.
just assumed we may want it.
Refer to it.
Yeah. I wrote notes on it.
I think we have to be careful about that, but yeah.
Not now. but Who knows? Who knows?
Okay.
I'll move you up here.
Thank you. I get to be a full member.
Nobody puts Phoebe in the corner.
I think there's one more person maybe coming.
He's actually a long message.
Someone, maybe.
The whole thing.
I know Margaret's not coming tonight.
Margaret's not coming.
Do you want to start, do you want to give
I have to make sure my computer's off.
Tillman?
Why not? The other people aren't here anyway.
No. Not on the agenda. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Oh, in other words, they'd already made the decision for us. Thank you.
Do you want to call? You need 26 to order first.
Well, Emerson, you ready? You ready?
We're ready.
All right, it is 6:32, and I would want to call the Amherst School Committee to order. Union 26 to order. So when I call your name, please raise your hand and say aye. Sarah Bess,
Present?
Jennifer,
Present.
William,
Aye.
and Katie,
Present.
And yourself.
and myself, Irv Rhodes.
All right, and at 6:33, I will call the Regional School Committee to order. We're in session. So, as first matter, I will move that the Regional School Committee vote to enter executive session under MGLC 30A, Section 21A1, to discuss the reputation, character, physical condition, or mental health rather than professional competence of an individual, or to discuss the discipline or dismissal of, or complaints or charges brought against a public officer, employee, staff member, or individual without returning to open session.
Second.
All right, and so I think we need to do a roll call vote to go into executive session.
May we discuss the motion first?
Oh, yes. Jennifer.
So it's my understanding that the documentation about the topic that we are voting on going into executive session for, the documentation was received by the chairs last Thursday, October 5th, and it was made available to the rest of the school committee members 2 days ago, October 10th. And the documentation totals 119 pages. So the chairs have been withholding information from the rest of the committee about a topic that the full committees have jurisdiction over. And there has been unequal access to important material, again, that the full committees have responsibility for. That has been and remains problematic. I'm speaking to the motion. My understanding is that the chairs feel that your actions were justified, warranted, and appropriate. I simply disagree. I would strongly urge that in the future, the chairs and any chairs keep in mind your obligation to help school committee members be successful in our role. We all have many other responsibilities, including our families, our day jobs, and other commitments. To withhold the documentation from us and then ask us to read and digest it in 2 days and then participate in an executive session when the chairs have had the material for a week is not appropriate and not acceptable.
Irv.
Thank you, Jennifer.
Since we're speaking to the motion and you brought it up, I would like the chairs, that's myself and Sarah Bess. At the time that this all transpired, Jennifer and another member of this committee entered the superintendent's office to read the unredacted copy, as we had made arrangements for it to be read at the office. Jennifer and the other person picked up the copy and said that they were leaving with it, despite the wishes of the chair. Now, the chairs were at the moment desperately and really hurriedly working to get a procedure in place that we could safely and responsibly release the report. Sarah Best asked Jennifer just to hold on, at least until 4 o'clock. Jennifer said that she could not. All right, and that she had to leave, knowing that the next night, that night we would be having a school committee meeting where she would be able to pick that up if we were going to do that. At 4 o'clock, myself and Sarah Best worked through a procedure where the redacted and unredacted copies could be picked up by all school committees members. Now, I consider that Jennifer and the other person who put the staff members in a position of stopping them physically or saying, hey, you can't do that, as really totally unprofessional in relationship to these particular people being members of the school committee. I am really not angry about it, I'm upset about it, because it directly goes against the authorities of the chair, and especially since we were dealing with a highly sensitive matter, highly confidential material, and that we had the duty to protect the district from any possible liability. That was our duty, to do that. So we executed our duty to the best of our ability and tried to, at the same time, make the report available to the school committees in a safe and responsible manner.
William?
I would like to say that I was in the office, not when people left. I was in the office before that, and we were reading them. I had reached out to both of the chairs and talked to them and asked them about the possibility of us signing a waiver. I don't believe that at that point in time we had any knowledge that that was going to happen. I do not believe we had any. The only response I had from one chair was that they would look into it, which was promising, and then the other chair basically said no, that they had the power to do that. I don't know where, when I read the policy, that the chairs have that power, so that might be something we want to go back and reflect on. I'm not sure. But certainly it was not my interpretation at the time that I was aware that people walked out with the documents, that it was going to be a possibility for us to have them in a few short hours.
Correct, and that's true. You would have not known that at the time that they were walking out with the documents, because we did not know they were walking out with the documents until later on.
Okay, I think we're sliding off the motion. Anyone else would like to speak directly to the motion about going into executive session?
Only that some of us may be more prepared than others. And the timing does play an impact, and I guess I'm curious as to why the delay between Thursday. I mean, Friday morning would be acceptable, a day's worth, but to have to wait until Tuesday.
Just a reminder, Monday was a holiday,
Correct.
and
But Friday
Yeah.
would have been great.
the turnaround, I know that, Sarah.
We're already working with council.
Yeah, I know Sarah Best and I look like we are superhumans, but we're not. And that we have all of the responsibilities of being responsible to the public, responsible to the school committee, and responsible to the community at large, and not putting the community at large, especially the school committee, in the position of being taking on any liability. Now, I really understand, everyone desired to have that. But all I want you to understand is that
Or we gotta move on.
I'm not ready to move on yet, because I want just to understand that myself and Sarah had that responsibility. We did not take that responsibility lightly. All right? You can argue with us in terms of, hey, you should have had that material
Okay.
about that, but you
It's
can't,
not about the motion anymore.
but you can't argue with us about executing our responsibility.
Okay. Actually about the motion. Okay, yes.
Our district policies indicate that executive session is something that we should use in the case of discussing personnel matters, and that is what is before us. So I support the idea of going into executive session to continue this discussion.
Excellent, thank you. All right, as it is executive session, we can take roll call vote. Irv,
Yes.
Jennifer,
Yes.
Gabriella,
Yes.
William,
Yes.
Anna,
Yes.
Katie,
No.
Roger,
Yes.
and Sarah Beth, yes. So 8, 1,
7-1?
7, 1?
No, sorry, 8. I'm
8,
sorry. Don't
right,
hold
there's
me.
9 of us. All right, 8, 1, 0. Irv? Up to Union 26.
No,
which is
Union
executive.
26, adjourn.
Nope, move into executive session.
We adjourn to move into executive session.
You have to read.
Eh, But,
Do you have the language?
no, I do not have the language, because, here, let me have it.
Let me make it bigger.
That's right. That's a good thing we didn't discuss this. We vote to enter executive session under MGL-C 30A, Section 21A1, to discuss the reputation, character, physical condition, or mental health rather than professional competence of an individual, or to discuss the discipline or dismissal of or complaints or charges brought against a public officer, employee, staff member, or individual without returning to open session.
I'll second it.
Discussion? All those in favor?
You have to do a roll call.
A roll call. All those in favor? Jennifer?
Yes.
Katie?
No.
William?
Yes.
Irv? Yes. And you? Katie?
Sarah Beth.
Sarah Beth? Yes.
4, 1, 0. Right, we are in executive session.